how are you all doing today? I'm doing fab. I do have to go to work today, but I thought I would film a little tutorial on how I do my eyebrows. I get a lot of questions asked about my eyebrows. I do fill them in a lot. That's just how I personally like to do them. I like really thick, dramatic brows, and that's okay. If you don't like them this dramatic, then this video may not be for you, or if you just want to watch because you just like to watch makeup tutorials, then hey, welcome. Today I am showing you how I personally fill in my brows with a mousse type of product. So it is from LA Splash Cosmetics, and it's called the Ultra Defined Brows. Comes in these little like coppery kind of brown metallic things. They look like this. This one is been through it all. It is used up. I love this stuff. It's very similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, but it doesn't dry out as quickly as the pomade I found because I used to use the pomade all the time. I still do use it occasionally because they have the granite color, which is black, and that does match my hair a little bit better. This one is called Dahlia, and it's dark brown. That's what it says at least, but I mean, it does match like my black hair, so I don't mind it too much. There's a brush you can buy with it, which I talk about a little bit, and this stuff, I just really love this stuff, but I get questions all the time on how I do my eyebrows, so I was like, you know what, I'll just go ahead, I'll make a tutorial. I am an affiliate with LA Splash Cosmetics, so I do have a discount code. It's just Voodoo Barbie Doll, like my Instagram name, so if you want to save 25% off your order, you can totally use that. If not, whatever, I don't care. It's there for you to use if you want to. They sent me all the shades of the eyebrow colors, so there's a few, I think there's like 6 or 7 different shades, and I do use some of the lighter shades when I wear a blonde wig for like my special effects looks. So I have used like all of the shades, even the red one I've used. There's like a more natural looking type of red, not like my hair, but more of a natural red looking kind of color, and I have used that before as well. So if you guys would like to see a quick little tutorial on how I do my brows, then just keep watching. I am in the shade Dahlia, which is a dark brown. They don't make anything darker than that, I don't think. But they do make shades lighter. They do have like a reddish type of shade and lighter shades that are good for blondes. So they do make all kinds of colors for everyone. And this is the brush that I use. It comes with, depending on how many you buy, I think this comes with it. Otherwise you can just buy it off of the LA Splash website. It's just like an angled brush. It's really thin, and then it comes with like a little concealer, like you can blend out concealer with this side, which I really like a lot. I do like to comb out my brows a little bit because they kind of go in their own direction. And then I'll just dip the brush into the pomade, or the mousse, whatever you want to call it. I'll coat the brush pretty well, and then I just kind of fill in between the hairs before I start shaping everything. I like to make sure the hairs are pretty filled in. As you can see, my brows start a little ways back, so about right there. My brows are just a little bit shorter than what they should be, in my opinion at least. So I do create the fake type of hairs in the front. The way that I do that is I take the brush on the side like this, like going up and down, and very lightly I do flicks going up, just like straight lines basically. And sometimes I even try to angle them out the opposite direction to make them look like real hairs. And then I just kind of drag that into my actual brow. As you can see, you want to make sure there's no like super open spaces like I have right there. So you just kind of want to try to fill everything in. That's about how far I like my brows to go in. And then on the bottom here, I kind of create a line where my brows start to grow, so they're the same thickness as my natural brows basically. If you make them a little bit too thick, that's okay. That's what concealer is for. I do like to create an arch that's a little bit more arched than my brows really are. So I kind of extend it out just a little bit and then follow my hairs down. I don't go too far down though. I stop where my hairs stop. And then I don't want it to be like super thick and straight and then it's like a line straight down, so I try to curve it all. The same thing with the other eye. So you basically just don't want them to look too boxy in the front. Like you don't want to do like a sharp line and just like do a sharp line, sharp line. I didn't even like make any lines on the top towards the center of my brows here, as you can see. So like right here, I just left it very light strokes going up so it looks like actual brow hairs. I mean, I really enjoy my brows to look really dramatic, but there are ways to keep it where it still looks somewhat natural, somewhat, a little bit. So now this is when I take my eyebrow gel. This is from NYX, it's called Control Freak. I've had this one forever. I really like the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel as well, but I do just take my brows and just push them up with this stuff. And especially the brows on the end here, they like to kind of do their own thing. Like I mentioned, my brows just really get crazy sometimes, but I like to do this so that all the brows are just going in the same direction, and I know they'll be held down all day long. And they won't move whatsoever because doing the mousse and the gel at the same time really helps control those hairs. And I like to push these hairs in the front a little bit towards the center and going straight up. All kind of like going in the same direction and they all have a nice flow going to them. So next is concealers. It's a really important part, in my opinion at least, when it comes to brows. I use the NARS, the new soft matte concealer. It comes in a little pot. This is what it looks like. I only have a sample of it right now. I don't actually have the whole pot, but it's more of a thick consistency. It is matte, but it's really creamy, so it's super easy to work with. So I just use a tiny bit at first with a little tiny brush like this. This is just going to help make the brows look sharp and really clean. It's going to clean up any messes that you may have made while drawing out the brows. That's why I say don't even worry about it if you make a mistake when drawing them in or filling them in or whatever. Don't even worry about it. Just wait until you're done, fill them all the way in, and then the concealer is what's going to help and fix everything basically. So like right here, I raise my brows to make sure the line is perfect. As you can see, it really just created that sharp line. I like the line on the bottom of my brows to literally be like perfect. I don't want any like super crazy arches or like weird lines going on. I just want it to be one smooth line. And then I blend it down into my eyeshadow. And this is when I use the other end of the LA Splash brush and I just kind of blend it all down. And I'll even take my brush from my transition shade on my eyeshadow and I'll just kind of blend that back in a little bit. Just so there's no like harsh lines. See the difference it makes? This is a good chance for me to like make sure this brow is even. See how much farther it goes down? I'm gonna even that out a lot. So with this trick, you can definitely make your eyebrows twins and not sisters, because I know that's a struggle. Concealer helps, I promise. And if you feel it's necessary too, you can always go on the top of your eyebrows. I don't ever really do that, but if you need to shape it, you can do the same thing that we did on the bottom of the brows on the top of the brows. But sometimes I find that that makes them too like blocky looking and I don't want that. So I just kind of leave them as is. Okay, the next step, the final step that I do for my brows is I always highlight the brow bone. Sometimes I'll do like a matte white shade if I'm just not feeling the sparkles, which is very rare. I usually do like a highlight shade, so today I'm going to be using my Star Crushed Minerals highlighter. This one is in the shade Honeymoon, so it's kind of a golden yellowish kind of highlight. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks and my nose today, so I thought why not just kind of make it all cohesive. So I take a flat brush like this, an eyeshadow brush, and I use my Cover FX setting spray, the illuminating one, because it has little pieces of mica in it, so it makes any highlight you apply even brighter and more sparkly. So I just mist my brush a little bit first, dip into the highlight like that, and then I mist the brush again, because I like my highlight to be blinding, serious. And then I just go ahead and pack it on. Get right up against that brow, like right up against it. And just kind of blend it into your eyeshadow. So what that does is it brings your brow forward, like your brow bone forward a little bit more. It just kind of blends together with like the highlight on your cheek as well. Just kind of blends everything together. I like it. I think it makes for a really pretty effect. And then again, I'll take that brush from my eyeshadow and just kind of blend everything together. I hate like harsh lines when it comes to my shadows, so. Alright, and that's it guys. That's my tutorial on how I do my brows. It's kind of a lot, but I mean my brows, as you saw in the beginning, are really thin. They're very short. I did like overshave and over pluck them a little bit when I was younger, so I had to let them kind of grow out. They used to be so thin. It was, I look at pictures and I'm just like, where were my friends? Like, where were you guys to tell me that my brows looked insane? Because I went through some brow phases, and it took me a while to learn how to get to this point, but I mean, I'm always kind of changing the way I do my brows a little bit, tweaking things here and there, and I do have an older brow tutorial that I'll link down below if you want to check that one out. You may like that way that I did them then better, so I'll have that linked down below. But this is the way that I do it now, and I do get a lot of questions on my brows, so just like, I'll just go ahead and film a new tutorial for you guys to watch so you can see how I do my brows. And I'm just the type of person who likes them thicker. That's just my personal opinion, personal preference. I mean, I guess it's kind of an opinion, but it's more my personal preference. So leave me any requests you have for little videos like this that are just like brows, about like lashes or lips or anything like that. If you guys want to see more just videos focused on one thing, I guess, let me know in the comments down below if there are other ideas you may have for me. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye!